Specifically and quickly on the question, will you promise that you will, and how soon will you move your clothing collection to clothes that are made in China and Mexico?
They devalue their currencies. I will do that. And by the way, I have been doing it more and more, but they devalue their currencies, in particular China. Mexico is doing a big number now also. Japan is unbelievable what they're doing. They devalue their currencies, and they make it impossible for clothing makers in this country to do clothing in this country. And if you look at what's happened on 7th Avenue, and you look at what's happened in New York with the garment industry, so much of the clothing now comes out from Vietnam, China, and other places. And it's all because of devaluation. By the way, the Trans-Pacific, if you look at the TPP, a total disaster, which, by the way, Marco is in favor of. It is a disaster for our country. It's trying to be approved by various people, including President Obama. And I'll tell you something, the biggest problem with that is they don't take into concurrence the devaluation.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Senator Rubio.
And they're killing.
Wait. Senator Rubio.
The answer is he's not going to do it. And you know why? Because there are plenty of clothing makers in America. If you go on my website, marcorubio.com, everything we have on there is made in America. The reason why he makes it in China or in Mexico is because he can make more money on it. That's why he's doing it. And the second point, you see what happens again when you challenge him on a policy issue? You ask him about the economy, and the first thing he does is launch an attack about some little guy thing. Because he doesn't have answers, and he's asking us to make him the president of the United States of America.
I know
this is not a game.
I know what's happening in the economy. You don't know it.
Well, then answer the economy
You haven't employed in your life one person.
But he doesn't answer
I've employed tens of thousands of people.
You've bankrupted four companies.
You haven't employed one person.
You ever heard of Trump Steaks? You ever heard of Trump?
You know what? You know what? Take a look at Trump Steaks.
He's ruined.
By the way, that's the other thing.
Trump Steaks is gone. You've ruined these.
Mitt Romney
He's not
came up with
America
things that were false, totally false.